too long since I have done this. I haven't gone to Disney, and I haven't really gone anywhere. I've just been kind of here working. So I've taken a little break from live streaming, but hoping to get back into it starting today and this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me put all these little crazy little hairs away. So today's look is going to be pretty basic, I think. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. So it's going to be kind of like a very minimal, kind of like a no makeup look, but anyway, let's get into it. So my skin's already been prepped. I've already done my skincare. I usually do my skincare a few minutes, probably around like half an hour before I do my makeup, just to let everything absorb and kind of settle where it needs to settle. And then I come in and do my makeup, but I do my sunscreen as part of my makeup, even though technically that is skincare. So yeah, the sunscreen I'm gonna do, I think for today, I think because the air is so dry, I'm gonna go in with a Sun Bum, the 50 SPF, and this is lightweight and oil free, but it's a little bit creamier than the gels that I have. So I'm gonna do this. And then if you haven't already seen my live streams where I get ready to go to Disneyland, I don't do makeup on my forehead. I know that's very weird, but I wear a big hat whenever I go outside in the sun. And so I don't put makeup above there, but a little sunscreen still. And then today I'm gonna do a primer. Sometimes I do primer, sometimes I don't, but today I am. So today I want to do a little bit of the Bare Minerals Prime Time. And I like it because it's like a clear silicone-y primer. And it just gives you a little bit extra, but that's what it looks like. It's very clear. And it's a blurring primer. Okay, and this will rub that in. Depending on the primers that I use, sometimes I don't rub it in and I'll press it in. But this one seems to be doing okay. You can kind of feel when it's separating or like when it's gonna pill. And so like with the Milk, the Hydro Grip primer, that one I will press in because that one will pill. Okay, so now that that's good, let's go ahead and start with, let's do a little tinted moisturizer. And today, I think I want to do, let's stick with the Bare Minerals. Let's do the mattifying one. I feel like, let me see if I remember this correctly. It's a little light, just a little bit, but that's okay. So I just put a little bit. I don't really do a lot for foundation or tinted moisturizer. So I'll go ahead and put that in. And then let's blend that out. Okay. And so remember, I don't really do makeup on my forehead. Sorry, these cats, this is another reason why I kind of stopped doing live streams, because we fostered these kittens and they just torment me whenever I'm in my room trying to get ready. And so this big curtain that's behind me, they decided that they're gonna destroy it. And so I've put it away. And as soon as I took it out today, they're like, what is this? Let's play with it. Let's destroy it. So that is another reason why I haven't been doing live streams, because these kittens are driving me crazy. And they're almost, we got them neutered on Sunday. So they are going to be outside kittens because they are driving me insane. I'm a dog person. I'm not a cat person. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of color corrector. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Ole Henriksen in the shade Guava. Just a little. These cats, they drive me crazy. Okay. So that's another reason too why I stopped live streaming, because since I've had these cats, it's just become a big hassle to do my little setup. And then just to live stream while they're here is just annoying. And I can't like leave them unsupervised because they're just awful. So I have to just have all the doors open. Okay, so I did the Ole Henriksen color corrector in shade Guava, and then I went in with a little dot of the Neutrogena color corrector in Peach. And then we'll leave that for now. I'm not sure if I'm done with the eyes yet. Sometimes I'll just leave it like that for like a no makeup look, because I don't like a very heavy under eye look. But let's see. Okay, let me focus again. What was I gonna do? Oh, eyelid primer. I always do this at the same time I do my face primer, but I can't think with these freaking cats in here. So I didn't do it at that same time. Okay, Jesus. It's very small, so it gets lost in all my stuff. This is a little sample that I got from Beauty World of the Urban Decay eye primer potion. And there's not a lot of eyelid primers on the market anymore. So I guess this one will do. And then I put it mainly there, but I will bring it up to my brow. And then just press it in. And then usually with whatever's left over, I go under my eye, but I forgot to do that today. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if I want a little bit more coverage today or not. I'm thinking about it still. Let's move on to eyeliner. And I do my eyeliner before my eyeshadow because I just feel like it sticks better that way. And also, I just feel like, I don't know, that works for me. And I'm just gonna go in very, very, very lightly here. Okay, that's probably it for my eyeliner on this side. I just wanted a little something something there. cats, man. Okay. Just a little bit. I am gonna go in and tight line as well. Let's do... So when I'm tight lining, I'm kind of just filling in or trying to fill in on my lash line. So that way that black eyeliner that I just put is just a little bit more cohesive. Psst. I can't with these cats. Okay. Okay. So that's it for the top. For the bottom, I'm gonna go in with a brown, like a very dark brown. If I can find it. Here it is. Let's try this one. I haven't used this one in a little bit. It's the Urban Decay in shade Whiskey. Okay, there we go. So that's it for that. We'll leave that for now. Okay, eyeshadows is gonna be super light today. I don't want to do too much. So I'm gonna go in with this nudie color and just put that all over. Okay. And then maybe I'll take some of this brown in here. So I'm gonna switch brushes to just a smaller, fluffy brush. I'm gonna take just a little bit of that brown and just a little bit, like I just press my brush in there. And I'm just gonna put it on that outer corner. So just a little bit, just press. This eye is shaped a little bit differently, so this one always gives me a little trouble. Okay. Okay, so I think I have a little bit more on this side, so I'm just gonna take a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. They look a little bit more even now. Okay, so that, I think we're done with this little, with that little palette. Let's move on to, let's see what we can get with ColourPop. This is the Tangled ColourPop palette. I'm gonna be using the shade right here. Same thing, just a little dip in there. I kind of just pick up whatever kind of dust was left over from last time. And I'm gonna put it in the center of my lid, bring it up, and then kind of blend it in with that brown. And so same thing, just a little dab in there. Maybe a little bit more on this side. Okay, now for the inside, for the inner corner. I don't know if I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. But I think whatever I want to do is not on this palette. I may come back to that one because it has glitter and I do want a little bit of glitter. If you guys haven't seen my live streams in the past, I always do just a little dibby dab of glitter. Okay, so another ColourPop palette. I'm gonna take this, like it's kind of like a shimmery nude. So I'm gonna take that, and that's what I'm gonna put on my inner corner. Just a little bit of it. So same thing with the other side. Okay, I think the eyes might be done. I don't want to do too much. Psst. These cats. Okay, going back in with that Tangled palette, I'm going to take a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to do this little purpley shimmer, but I'm going to switch my brush out. And I'm going to get this one right here. It's a little paddle brush. It's very narrow. So I'm going to take up a little bit of that shimmer. And just press it on the lid across my whole eye. And when I place it down, I place it in the center and then kind of just press it in around, but I place it in the center because that's where I want the most glitter to be. Okay, so the eyes are almost officially done. I'm gonna take a little bit of highlighter, and I'm gonna take, it's a very like champagne soft, very soft. Take a little dab of that, maybe a little bit more. And go right under my brow. Okay, that's done. I'll put that away in case I need that for later. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do a little bit more coverage. Yeah, let's do a little bit more coverage, but let's bronzer a little bit first. So for bronzing, I usually just take a darker shade of like a foundation. So this is the Hydro Grip foundation. It's not a foundation. It's like a tinted moisturizer. And I'm just using the darker shade, and I put way too much on. But I just put a little bit, and then that's what I use to bronzer. And the amount that I put on, I usually do on my forehead as well. But now I'm gonna have to wipe that off because I put too much. I forgot I was just doing my lower half of the face today. Okay, so let's take that off. Might as well wipe the rest of my hands now that I have the little wipey out. I'm gonna take like a flat but narrow, like it's not narrow, but you guys see what I mean. And I like this brush because I can blend but keep things kind of like in a line. Put a little bit too much under here. Yeah, put too much under. So this, I'm just gonna have to spend more time blending this out. So once it's pretty much all blended out, I do stay on that jaw line where I want the product to stay. And then once it's pretty much all blended out, then I drag down a little bit. But for the most part, it's right on that jawline. Okay, so now that that's blended, I'm gonna go in with a light layer of powder foundation. And I'm gonna be using the Bare Minerals, like this old school loose powder foundation. Just for a little bit more coverage, but also to just kind of blend in my little bronzer a little bit more, because I did put a lot on. So still pressing. I just pick up the powder from the lid, tap away any excess, and then I press it into my face. You don't want to do a lot of sweeping motions because it disturbs all your layers of everything. So I have a lot of layers on. I have sunscreen, I have primer, and then I have all my skincare underneath that. And then tinted moisturizer, and now a little powder foundation. Okay. Okay, so I'll just use whatever's left in here. And then we'll be done with that. And I barely used any powder at all. I used a very little bit. I've had this thing for longer than I care to admit, realistically, because I use so little of it. Okay, just a little. Okay, so just cleaning up. It kind of got smudged a little bit when I was doing that powder. Let's move on to brows before we do blush. And for brows, I've been using the new L'Oreal like faux brow liquid, and I'm not sure if I like it yet. I like it because I had a 10-hour, like, no, it was like a more like a 12-hour. How many hours was that? No, we're looking at a 14-hour makeup day. I did these super early in the morning, and then I had to go to work. I had meetings. I had an outdoor property tour. I went to the barn. I did like so much stuff in the day. And at 11 o'clock at night, when I got home and took my makeup off, these brows looked almost exactly the same as they did in the morning. So I do like that for the stay power, but the application is what's kind of where I'm kind of iffy about it. So it has these two little prongs there, and I don't know if I like the application yet. I like the stay power. I like the depth of the pigment as well. But I just feel like by the time I'm done filling in my brows to the point where I'm happy with it and I don't see a lot of spots here where I'm missing product, by the time I look up and look at my eyebrow in like the mirror, it's just a little bit too harsh for me. But I need it to be, I need to fill in what I need to fill in. But it's just a little bit like it looks okay. It's a little bit darker than I like. It doesn't look bad. It's a little bit more product there than I would have liked. And I'm still seeing some spots where I'm missing application. So I don't know. It's a little bit too much. But these brows, I also used the setting powder, the setting spray, the L'Oreal one that day, so maybe that has something to do with it too. But just in general, when I've played with this, in the few times that I've worn it, my brows stay the entire day. They look exactly like they do when I finish them. So I like it for that, but it's just, I don't know, I haven't figured out the application yet for me. See, like it's still patchy. I can still see patchiness. And so by the time I'm done filling in adequately, I just feel like my brow is really dark and really bold. And that's what I don't like. Yeah. So it looks good. It's just a little too dark for me, but I'll just have to learn to love it, I guess, because I think I do like it. I think I'm leaning towards I do like that product. I just haven't decided yet. Okay, so the brows are done. What else do we need to do? Blush. Let's see. What blush do I want to use today? We're gonna go in with an old Benefit. This is Sugar Bomb. I don't sell this anymore. This is one of the old ones. But I like it because it has 4 different color combos in there. And when you mix all of those together, it's pretty nice. A little bit more. So it just gives you a very soft, glowy kind of pink. I have to remember that with the lights, with the artificial lights, the blush looks more pigmented on camera than it does in real life. And so I have to remember to add just a little bit more. But that little soft pink, like that's enough for me. I don't really want that much more. But I feel like when I turn the lights off, that won't be visible at all. So let's see. So here with this lighting, I'm happy with that. I would leave and be done with that. But in the real light, I lose a lot of that pigment. And then I always sweep a little bit under my eyes and a little bit on the tip of my nose. Okay, hopefully that looks good outside. If not, then I'm gonna have to just be super blush heavy when I am streaming with the fake lights. But hopefully that looks okay outside. It looks good in here. Okay, now what do I want to do now? Let's do a little highlighter. I'm gonna go in with that same highlighter I used on my brows. So it's this one right here. I'm just gonna get a little bit. And then whatever's left over can go there. We're on the verge of being done, I think. I'm gonna do false lashes today, so I'm not gonna do my mascara on camera, and I don't want to do my false lashes on camera either, because the last time I did that, they were crooked, and I went out like that anyway. So today I'm gonna like actually try and do it a little bit better, but that is not gonna be on camera. So I think we're done. Let's say we're done. Oh, lips. I have to do lips too. Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I also got these. These are new. These are the L'Oreal Serum Lip Stains. And I have been playing around with these for a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm not a fan. I like the NYX ones better. This one is a little bit thinner. And because it's a little bit thinner, it applies more like a stain, and so it clings to any like rough spots on your lips a little bit more than the NYX ones do, because this is not really like very thick and glossy like the NYX ones. So I'm not a big fan of the L'Oreal, the new lip stains. You can kind of see a little bit like what I was talking about. It just looks patchy to me, so I don't like it for that reason. It's a nice stain. It doesn't last all day. It's not like the Maybelline Teddy Tints, like those last all day. It's not as hydrating as the NYX either, but they're okay. Okay, so that is going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try and live stream more, go back to my more weekly live streams like I was doing in the past. Hopefully these cats leave me alone and I can get my room back to normal and my house back to normal. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.